It was a symbolic gesture made before every public meeting in Alberta, a verbal recognition that we're on Indigenous lands. But since the United Conservatives took over power, the practice was discontinued. On the day to celebrate treaties, some are calling for the practice to be mandatory.
Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that we are here on the traditional territory of Treaty 6.
Not even a year ago, that was the standard procedure for the former Alberta government, to begin public remarks with a formal statement recognizing the relationship with the Indigenous population. Those words were an important part of reconciliation for Grand Chief Wilton Littlechild.
It reminds us that we have not only benefits but responsibilities.
The chief is glad acknowledgements have become increasingly common in spaces since the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released its 94 calls to action in 2015. But on this day, to recognize the signing of Treaty 6 in 1876, a reminder for some that land acknowledgement isn't a mandatory policy for government. When the United Conservatives took power in Alberta this spring, the formal statements disappeared.
It's never been an actual policy in the legislature.
In an email statement to City News, Alberta's official opposition calling it shameful, showing a deep lack of respect and understanding of our province and shared history.
And to take a piece of it, an important chunk of it out, I think sets us back.
Indigenous Relations Minister Rick Wilson recognizes that, telling City News their government is working to fix it.
I've got what we call an Indigenous boot camp going, and all of the MLAs are excited to be part of it. And it's just so that people become more aware, because maybe some people weren't aware of the importance of doing the recognitions.
But I think it should be and could be and needs to be done.
Wilson says the new government is making strides with the Indigenous community. Friday, they became the first Alberta government to commemorate the signing of Treaty 6. In Edmonton, Rochelle Sufi, City News.